Well, I moved around a lot when I was younger, and then moved to Kansas, Topeka, Kansas. So that's where I went to high school. And I guess I had always sort of written, and in fact, I was thinking recently that I used to write little detective stories, but I would sort of plot these huge epics and then sit down to write, and I'd get frustrated and because I wanted every word to fit. And I think in that way I had a poet's temperament early on. And probably, I think when I was fairly young, 12 or 13, I ended up in a poetry class in the summer. It was actually a writing class, so we did fiction and poetry. And the teacher, um, picked a poem of mine, the first poem, and passed out to the class anonymously. And I remember thinking, wow, poetry. And so after that, I was sort of off and running. I mean, I really didn't take me that much. And being in Kansas, especially then, there wasn't tons in the bookstore. There weren't, specialty bookstores. It was generally sort of whatever was in the mall, and the poetry shelf was about that big. So, I read a lot of strange things growing up, which I think suited me just fine. But everything from Lawrence Ferlinghetti to Laura Writing, people who no one reads, these days. So, but at the same time, then getting older, I realized that being from Topeka was sort of an interesting place to be from. Langston Hughes had lived there when he was younger, and Gwendolyn Brooks was born there, which I was aware of. And so there was a sort of black presence there I was aware of sometime in high school. And then also Linda Brown of Brown versus Topeka Board of Education went to my church and played piano and was, someone I knew. And so that way, I guess that sort of helped forge my early writing.